Hi guys, you're watching YCT and I'm Yash, and today we're gonna learn about the basics of iMovie. So if I were to tell you about iMovie is a proprietary editing software by Apple wherein you can edit basic videos. It's one of the most popular softwares for editing when you're a beginner, and it's very easy to learn and there's nothing complex. And if you get used to the iMovie interface, then you can go ahead and download a more powerful software which is known as Final Cut Pro 10, and it's one of the most popular softwares for professional video editing, and it's also being used to edit some very professional videos, movies like Men in Black, and it's very good. So let's start learning, and in this video I'm going to tell you about the various panes, how you can use them and how you import stuff, and just the basics, so that first off we learn what are the basics and then we can move on in editing videos and adding more elements. So let's get started. Yeah guys, so here I'm on the computer and I've started iMovie. So you can start iMovie if it's present in your dock, or you can just go to your launcher, which is present launchpad over here, and search for iMovie. So I've opened iMovie, and this is how the basic way iMovie looks. It's the default way in which iMovie will look. You might not have this project media pane, so you can just click this thing, it will open, and on the left hand side we have this pane which is known as project media, and here it shows the media for your iMovie files. Then you have libraries, so you can create various libraries where you can have photos in, or videos, or the iMovie divides every project into events. So suppose you're working on a new project, it will be known as a new event. So I have 2 events right now, and then you can go to your events from the iMovie library. So iMovie makes various directories wherein it stores your new projects. So if you want to create a new event, you go to this pane. If you're using a trackpad, you double tap with the 2 fingers and click on a new event, or if you're using a mouse, you just right click and click on a new event. So this is how iMovie works. So let's name our event as test 1 2 3 4. Yeah, and iMovie names every new event with the current date. So this will be named as test 1 2 3 4. So on the top hand pane you can find various tabs over here. So first off you have the iMovie tab, and it's about iMovie. Preferences is wherein you have all the preferences of your account, like you have slow-mo clips, the photo placement is in Ken Burns mode. So what all this means I'll tell you later, but right now we just know that we have something known as preferences in iMovie. Then you can also provide feedback if you're interested in something like that. You have services like activity monitor, locations and leaks, file activity, system trace, etc. Then you can hide the iMovie app, and you can also quit iMovie from here. The shortcut is WinQ. The shortcut for quitting iMovie is Command Q. I'm sorry, not WinQ, Command Q. Then you can go to File. This is another tab where you can start a new movie, new trailer, new app preview, new event. You have import media, which the shortcut is Command I. Then you've got Open Library and Share. So this is everything over here. Then you've got the Edit tab, wherein we have undoing the rename, cutting, copying and pasting settings, the clipboard settings mostly. And then you've got rest of the settings, and this is where you can add the emojis in your videos. And then you've got Mark, which is I don't find it useful, but it's useful at times. I'll explain you how you can use it. You have got Modify option, and it's just for modifying your clips. Then you've got the View tab, wherein you've got play from beginning. It's just the playback settings. And Window tab, you've got all the settings of your this whole thing, all the windows over here. You can just show that how you want everything to be there, which pane should be kept where. And this is the Help tab, where you can search for some options. So if you have keyboard shortcuts, iMovie will list out the shortcuts for you. Like I clicked on keyboard shortcuts and it's listing out the shortcuts for me. This is a really helpful feature, and yeah, if you want to use it you can use it, but let's start. So this on the top you can see 5 buttons over here: My Media, Audio, Titles, Backgrounds and Transitions. So if My Media is the place where you have all the media. Audio is the place where you have all your audio. Titles is the place where you can add text in various ways, like you want it to be revealed or any way other. You have backgrounds. This is like a very powerful feature. A very powerful feature. Normally people you need After Effects or DaVinci Resolve to make some effects like this, but Apple has provided quite a few effects which you might find useful. Then you have transitions. You've got a host of transitions over here, like you can choose anything like cross dissolve, cross blur. The transitions defines the difference between one clip and the other clip. So it's a graphic which will play from this ending of one clip to the starting of the another clip. It's just like the transitions present in the PowerPoint or keynotes if you ever use it. And here is your iMovie library. So this is my various libraries, and I can create a new event. I can import media, or I can consolidate the media which I have. And also you can delete your events by double tapping with 2 fingers on them and clicking on delete event. So this is on the top you can see a button known as projects. If you click on it, you can first you'll have to name your project because you have opened it, and then you can make a new project. So you in the top you have a media pane and you have a projects pane. The media pane is the one which we see. It's like it shows you your media, and the other pane is the projects pane. So here you can see all your projects. So if you create a new project, like I want to create a new movie or a trailer, you have got 2 options. So let's click on movie and see what all we've got. So you can click on here. This will remove the media pane. So clicking on this removes all these panes, and you have a whole place to work with the videos now. This is the import button. So I can import my media from here. You can either import media by clicking on this button, or you can import your media by clicking on the top down arrow. So iMovie lists out the various directories present on the computer, and on the top left you can see from which directory it's being shown. Excuse me. You can see that it's being shown from this directory, the desktop, and then you've got import to. So this is where you can decide to which event you're gonna import this. So I can import it to a new event, or I can import it to any existing created event. So just now we created test 1 2 3 4, and we were selecting test 1 2 3 4, so it's default selected. And you can import it to project media, but I'll not consider doing that. And these are the various directories. You can directly start shooting with your FaceTime camera, and then you have got Bootcamp, Macintosh, and you can add more and more directories in here. So I am in the desktop directory right now, and here I have many clips. So if you want to import any clip, you can just click it and import it, and select import, and that will just import your video. So simple it is. I'll show it to you again. Just click on the import button. It takes you to the import tab. You can select your directory, and you can just start importing it. So I've imported one more thing, and I'll show you more imports. This is one of our old videos, like from 2-3 years old. So this is how you import videos, and this is a very powerful feature, wherein if you want to import more than one item from the very fast, you can drag your mouse like this over them and just bring them down. It will bring all your clips together at once. You can see it has brought everything in my timeline. So this pane over here, this bottom pane, where you can see this time bar, and all this is known as a timeline. So this is where you can drag and drop various elements, and you can make a new movie. It's basically that. So what if you're a beginner, you might not know, and you might be clicking on the clip and just pressing the plus icon so that you can drop it. But there's another faster option. You just go and drag it away, and it starts doing the job. Now reviewing your content is extremely easy. So before I want to start bringing this into my timeline, I can review the content like what it actually is. So I can play it like this, and I can see. Now suppose you don't want a part, like you want a part after this, so I'll just let it play for some time, and after that if you press the I key, this inserts it from there. So now it becomes like this. So it's not inserting the part which I didn't want. I just press the I key, and the part before it has been trimmed off, and now you have this part to work with. So that's how you just import various things. And let's import more files and let's try to play around with it. Got various movies. And let's import some more stuff. Yeah, got two beautiful sceneries over here. So friends, this is how you import the stuff. Now in the next video, we're gonna learn how the various options we can use to start editing the videos. So this was just a basic walkthrough of our various panes, various tabs, how to make a new project, and the various events iMovie starts. In the next video, we'll be learning about how the timeline works, how do we split clips, how can we change it, and how just make a better video, because editing plays an extremely important part in the video. So thanks for watching guys, and hope to see you again.